There once was a girl called Esther. She lived in a city far, far away from home. In that city was a king. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. I don't want to give any spoilers for our all-age slots. This term in our all-age slots, we are going to be looking at the book of Esther in the Bible. There is so much in this story. It's set in the capital city of the Persian Empire. There is this community of Jews living in this city, but you see, they're foreigners. This isn't their city, that they're from Jerusalem, but they're living in this Persian capital city as foreigners. So we've got this community of Jews living in this city as foreigners, this city that isn't their home. And two of those Jews are some of our main characters in this story. We've got Esther and her uncle Mordecai. But there are some other main characters as well. We've got King Xerxes, a king who isn't that great a king and who likes to party. And Haman, a Persian official and our cunning villain. There is so much in this story, it's so exciting. There are kings and queens, princesses, feasts and banquets, parties, cunning plans and plots, baddies, murder, secrets, bravery, twists and turns. It's going to be exciting. But there's something strange about this story, because this is a story in the Bible, but not once is God mentioned in the whole of the book of Esther. Now you might think that's strange, but that's because this book has a very special purpose. See, when we read it, we might not read about God directly, but we can spot him in the story. How do we do that? You see, we can look for what God is doing behind the scenes. There are loads of things that happen in this story, so many twists and turns, and hopefully as we read it, we will see how God is working in all of those things. He's there, and hopefully we'll be reminded that even though we can't see God in front of our eyes, or we can't reach out and touch him, we can remember that he is still there, still working behind the scenes. Now maybe you're thinking, I can't see how God is still really here. Surely if God was still here and if he was still working, he would have got rid of this virus months ago. It sure doesn't feel like God is working. The amazing thing about the story of Esther is that we can see how God works through all of the messy things in this world. And he even works through messy people to accomplish his plans. So even when we think, how can God be in this situation? He is still there, still working, still God. Don't believe me? Well, come along and see if you can spot God working in this story of Esther. And in the meantime, I've got a challenge for you. I want you to draw a picture of our four main characters: Esther, Uncle Mordecai, King Xerxes and Haman. And you can email those or send them to me on this email address right here. See you next week for the start of our story in Esther. There once was a girl called Esther. She lived in a city far, far away from home. In that city was a king.